Do 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 do. Robyn Sunshine. Do 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 do. Woo! This is devotion time with Robyn Sunshine. So just to tell you, there's my dog is in here with me. Her name's Kita. So if you hear sounds, that's my dog, Kita. She's really a good girl. So anyways, so far we've been looking in John, and it's ESV version. And today we are gonna do John 6. So today we're gonna do John 6. And so yeah, here we go. After these things, Jesus went away beyond the Sea of Galilee, or of Tiberias, and a great crowd followed him, because they saw the sign which he wrought upon the sick. And Jesus went up into the mountain, and there sat with his disciples. But the Passover, the feast of the Jews, was near. Jesus knew, lifting up his eyes and seeing that a great crowd is coming to him, saying to Philip, "Whence shall we do loaves that these may eat?" But this he said, try him, for he knew what he was going to do. Phil answered him, "Loaves for 200 denarii, denarii, are not sufficient for them, that each may have some little portion." One of his disciples, Aaron, Simon Peter's brother, says to him, "There is a little boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish. But this, what is it for so many?" And Jesus said, "Make the man sit down." Now there was much grass in the place. The men therefore sat down, in number about 5,000. That's a lot of people. And Jesus took the loaves, and having given thanks, distribute them to those that were sat down, and in like manner of the small fishes, as much as they would. And when they had been filled, he says to his disciples, "Gather together the fragments which are over the above, that nothing may be lost." They gathered them there together, and filled 20 hand baskets full of fragments of the 5 barley loaves, which were over and above to those who had eaten. The men therefore, having seen the sight which Jesus had done, said, "This is truly the prophet which is coming into the world." Jesus therefore knew that they were going to come and seize him, that they might make him king, departed again to the mountain himself alone. But when evening was come, his disciples went down to the sea, and having gone on board ship, they went over the sea to Capernaum, Capernaum. And it had already become dark, and Jesus had not come to them, and the sea was guided by a strong wind blowing. Having roared them about 25 or 30 stadia, they see Jesus walking on sea and coming near the ships, and they were frightened. But he said to them, "It is I, but not afraid." They were willing, therefore, to receive him into the ship, and immediately the ship was at the land to which they went. On the mortar, the crowd which stood on the other side of the sea, having seen that there was no other little ships there except that into which his disciples had got, and that Jesus had not gone with his disciples into the ship, but that his disciples had gone away alone. But other little ships out of Tiberias came near to the place where they ate bread after the Lord had given thanks. When therefore the crowd saw that Jesus was not there, nor his disciples, they got into the ships and came to Capernaum, seeking Jesus. And having found him the other side of the sea, they said to him, "Rabbi, when art thou arrived here?" Jesus answered them and said, "Verily, verily, I say to you, ye seek me not because ye have seen sight, but because ye have eaten of the loaves and been filled. Work not for the food which perishes, it's perishes, but of the food which abides unto life eternal, which the Son of Man shall give to you. For him has the Father sealed, even God." They said therefore to him, "What should we do that we may work the works of God?" Jesus answered and said to them, "This is the work of God, that ye believed on him whom he has sent." They said therefore to him, "That sight then doesn't thou, but who may see and believe thee? What does thee work? Our father ate the manna in the wilderness, as it is written, He gave them bread out of heaven to earth." Jesus therefore said to them, "Verily, verily, I say to you, it is not Moses that has given you the bread of the heavens, but my Father gives you the truth, bread out of heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down out of heaven and gives life to the world." They said therefore to him, "Lord, ever give to us this bread. And Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. But that comes to me shall never hunger, and they that believes on me shall never thirst at any time. But I have said to you that ye have also seen me, and do not believe. All that the Father gives me shall come to me, and he that comes to me I will not at all cast out. For I am coming down from heaven out, not that I should do my will, but the will of him that has sent me, and this is the will of him that has sent me, that of all that he has given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up in the last day. For this is the will of my Father, that everyone who sees the Son and believes on him should have life eternal, and I will receive him up at the last day. The Jews therefore murmured about him, because he said, I am the bread which had come down out of heaven. And they said, It is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, those whose father and mother was have known? Who then does he say, I am coming down out of heaven? Jesus therefore answered and said to them, Murmur not among yourself. Murmur not among yourself. No one can come to the expect, and Father who has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up in the last day. It is written in the prophet, and they shall be all taught of God. Everyone that has heard from the Father himself and has learned of him comes to me. Not that anyone has seen the Father except he who is of God. He has seen the Father. Verily, verily, I say to you, he that believes on me has life eternal. I am the bread of life. Your fathers ate the manna in the wilderness and died. This is the bread which comes down out of heaven, that one may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread which had come down out of heaven. If anyone shall have eaten of this bread shall live forever. But the bread withal which I shall give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. The Jews therefore contained among themselves, saying, How can he give us this flesh to eat? Jesus therefore said to them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, unless ye shall have eaten the flesh of the Son of Man, and drink his blood, ye have no life in yourselves. He that eats my flesh and drinks my blood has life eternal, and I will rise him up at the last day. For my flesh is truly food, and my blood is truly drink. He that eats my flesh and drinks my blood dwells in me, and I in him. As the living Father has sent me, and I live on account of the Father, he also who hates me shall live also on account of me. This is the bread which has come down out of heaven. Not as the fathers ate and died, he that eats this bread shall live forever. Those things he said in the synagogue. I don't know what this word, but I'll spell it out for you. synagogue. Teaching the May therefore of his disciples, having heard it said, this word is hard, who can hear it? But Jesus, knowing in himself that his disciple murmur concerning this, said to them, does this offend you? If ye see the Son of Man ascending up there he was before. It is the Spirit which quickens, the flesh profits nothing. The word which I have spoken unto you are spirit and are life. But there are some of you who do not believe. For Jesus knew from the beginning who they were who did not believe, and who would deliver him up. And he said, therefore, said I unto you, that no one can come to me unless it is given to him from the Father. From that time many of his disciples went away back and walked no more with him. Jesus therefore said to the 12, will ye also go away? Simon Peter answered, him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast words of life eternal, and we have believed and know that thou art the Holy One of God. Jesus answered them, have not I choose you the 12, and of ye one is a devil. 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 So, I don't know if I pronounced it right or not, but now he spoke of Judges, the son of Solomon, Isabot, for he it was who should deliver him up, being one of the 12. So, I hope that you learned something. If you learned something, down in the bottom in the comment section, I would love to hear about it, and see you soon.